Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here this morning for Goblin Slayer, episode 12, the season finale. And for me, probably the finale, because I'm probably not going to watch a season 2 unless I find out that it's way better. Because I still think this show is pretty mediocre. It's done some okay things in the last couple of episodes, but it's still been very middle of the road, cheaply animated. It's an advertisement for the source material, which is what most light novel adaptations are, and that's its intent, and that's what it feels like. That's what it is. So yeah, this is the finale. I guess we're going to get Goblin Slayer versus a Goblin Lord, and that's going to be our big end of season climax. Before we get into it, I want to share something with you. You might have gotten the same email, but I got an email from Crunchyroll a couple of days ago, and I just found it absolutely hilarious. I shared it with some people, and they didn't think it was that funny, but I found it hilarious. I always find this kind of marketing language kind of funny, where they hype the fuck out of a show. And Crunchyroll is particularly bad at this, I would say. I guess it's effective. Okay. But I got this email. The breakout hit of 2018 slashes toward its killer conclusion. The silver rank Goblin Slayer has attracted powerful allies in his never-ending war on goblin kind. But can his laser focus and gods-defying willpower keep his party breathing through their final challenge of the season? It's like, first off, breakout hit? Really? 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 What? What? Is the show actually a breakout hit? Why? Why? Oh, right, because the first episode was excellent marketing. Oh, right. Oh, okay. It's just, it's sad to me that this show is like, I think for the season, this show has the most members on Mal who've added it to their lists. And that's just kind of unfortunate to me. I'd like to know the Japanese stats, because I get the feeling that in Japan it was probably Gridman. And I think I agree with that more. Because I think in the US it's Goblin Slayer and Bunny Girl Senpai are the top watched and top grossing series of the season, which is, I mean, I wouldn't put Goblin Slayer anywhere near my top 5 for the season. My top for the season are in no particular order, except Gridman is anime of the season easily, followed by Bunny Girl Senpai, Run with the Wind, and JoJo's. And then, like, far below that is Zombieland Saga, and then far below that is Karakuri Circus, and then below that still is Goblin Slayer. It's just not that good. And then way, way down the list is SAO. But anyway, I'm not here to shit on Goblin Slayer. I know that's what I've been doing for the last little while. But it's just unfortunate that there's such a huge disparity between what mass market anime is and what I actually think is good. Okay, it's how it be. So be it. It just sort of saddens me that far and away the best show of the season is getting ranked below a middle of the road fantasy story with pretty crap animation all the way through, except for episode 1. Okay, so be it. People look for different things, and I say this a lot, and I've started saying it more, and some people have been like, oh, you're just trying to sound cool by saying this. No, I'm saying it because there isn't a good parallel phrase in English. De gustibus non est disputandum. The best way to translate it is, in matters of taste, there can be no dispute. What you like because you like it, and that's okay. and there's no reason to couch that as like, oh, it's a guilty pleasure or anything like that. No, you like what you like, own what you like. And I can't argue with your taste in shows. I can just try to help you understand why my taste differs. That's all we can do, is try to form some kind of connection over like an understanding of what each other's tastes are. So if you loved the fuck out of Goblin Slayer, the anime, not the series or the franchise or anything like that, but if you loved the fuck out of Goblin Slayer, I would love it if you let me know why. If you let me know what it was about this show that interested you, because it didn't affect me in the same way, and so I would like to gain some understanding there. And likewise, if you want to know what I love about Gridman, for example, I've got a series of Gridman reactions, and I talk at length about all the cool things that it's doing and how it's playing tropes in interesting ways and subverting expectations in really interesting ways. It's just like, I've got all that. So I want a dialogue there so that I can try to understand the people who think Goblin Slayer is the show of the season. And hopefully they can try to understand why I think it's middle of the road. Anyway, that's not what this is about. This video is about watching and reacting to Goblin Slayer episode 12. So, let's do that. Before that, shill stuff really quick. If you like it. If you're not subbed and you want more, I'll be watching a bunch of the new airing shows. Actually, let me mention that really quickly. I've got a paper somewhere. Yeah, let me mention that really quickly. So I made a video on this, but it's like 40 minutes long. So if you don't, where I went through all of the shows that I'm looking at for next season and will at least watch the first episode or two of. I don't really believe in the 3-episode rule. I think you can tell most of what a show is going to try to do in the first episode or two. But anyway, Mob Psycho Season 2 is a show that I'm definitely going to watch all of because it's a one adaptation and I loved the fuck out of Season 1. And even if it is shit, I'm still going to watch it to find out why. Yakusoko no Neverland. Mob Psycho airs on Mondays. Yakusoko no Neverland, great source material that's been hyped up a lot. It's being adapted by Clover, which is an A1 Pictures offshoot, and I have my significant doubts as to whether it can be as good as people are hoping. I have a feeling it will be a disappointing adaptation, but I'm still going to watch the first couple of episodes and find out, at least give it a solid shot, find out if it's going to be, if they're going to try and carry it solely on the strength of the premise, which is what I'm guessing. Shield Hero, Neverland airs on Fridays. Shield Hero, Rising of the Shield Hero airs on Wednesdays, and it's again a well-beloved source material. It's supposed to be an interesting take on the isekai genre. We'll see. Again, it's being adapted by somebody who I don't think can do it well. Who's Rising of the... Yeah. Who's adapting this? I forget. Oh, it's Citrus. Okay. No, I do think Citrus can do it well. What was it about Shield Hero that I wasn't sure about? Is it the director? Yeah, it's the director. I'm not sure that the director has the chops. But hey, maybe this will be his breakout thing. He has worked on a couple of great shows, but he's never directed a great show. So, I have to wonder. We'll see. Shield Hero again airs on Wednesdays. The show that I am probably close to the most hyped about is Dororo, which airs on Mondays along with Mob, and it's a Tezuka manga being readapted. It's got a really interesting premise that seems like it could be a nice mid to long running show. And it from what I've seen of it, it's just got aesthetic in spades, and like it looks really good. And Dororo it's somebody who I trust. It's Mappa, right? It's a Mappa show. So Mappa generally good. Okay, and that's on Mondays as well. Boogie Pop, the new Boogie Pop adaptation, which is actually going to be an adaptation of the light novels, will be airing on Fridays, and I'm really excited for that. It is a Madhouse readaptation, and if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, then you probably know that I am generally a fan of what Madhouse does. They generally do good stuff, and it just seems really interesting. I'm totally blind on Boogie Pop, which is great, so this will be my first introduction to the franchise. And if I love it, maybe I'll go and watch the old one. I don't know. Another thing that I'll be watching, which I really don't think is going to be good, I think it's probably going to be shit, and it airs on Thursdays, is Revisions, and I'm watching it because it's, I believe, created by the guy who created Code Geass, created and directed by the guy who created Code Geass, and basically all of the promo art is really, it's like interesting but fairly generic, and I'd just like to know what the fuck it is so that I can stop wondering about it. Kaguya-sama, which I'm not sure if it airs on Saturday late night or Sunday morning. It's one or the other. But it's an A1 Pictures show. It's adapting what's supposed to be a really good rom-com manga, and the director is the guy who directed Rakugo, which is a show that I quite enjoyed. So we'll see how it goes. It may have the standard bland A1 Pictures feel, or it may be something special, because I mean A1 as a studio generally makes a whole lot of crap, like a whole lot. They put out an immense number of shows. Their people are very overworked. They mostly hire freelancers in like a revolving door of people coming into A1, and they just churn out tons of shows. Which is why part of why so many of their shows feel middle of the road is because they put out so many shows that they almost are the road. Like, anime feels very A1, and A1 feels very generic anime because they make up so much of the body of work that exists. It's insane. But the other thing is that because they are constantly hiring a revolving door of freelancers, and when an auteur with like a specific vision for a show gets assigned to one of their products, or yeah, let's call them products because they are, instead of projects. It was a little Freudian slip, but it's more accurate. Gets assigned to one of their products, there's a chance that that show will shine because that can happen. So Kaguya-sama will be a thing, and then I'll also be watching Genlock on the 26th when it airs, which is the new Rooster Teeth CG show, and we'll see how that is. Anyway, Goblin Slayer, episode 12. I don't know if there will be a replacement poll for this. At least there won't be for a couple of weeks, because I want the new season to shake out and to figure out what my new schedule is going to be before I try to fill up my schedule with other replacement shows. But anyway, Goblin Slayer, episode 12. There will be a beep beep timer. It'll go boop 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 beep, and on the beep in the green light, that is the same frame that Crunchyroll starts playing on my screen. So if you're playing along with your own media, that's when you want to hit the button. Let's get into it. Beep beep timer goes here. This is the Lord running away. So we get internal dialogue by him. Okay. Nah, you're gonna walk into a Goblin Slayer, bro. What is this? What the fuck? Okay. Hey, buddy. How's it going? So he was taking out their nest? Nice. Neato. Where did those bats come from? What the fuck is this directing? Okay, what? Is that his pauldron? Or was it a chunk of the shield? Okay. Okay, so we're fighting the big boys now. Gotcha. Yeah, draw that aggro. You are a paladin. Got backup? Okay, don't need backup. Oh, guts. Holy shit, that was so guts. Okay, Lancer. Use your gay bulge. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No answer. Okay. Unless we're building to it later. Oh, got him. Bro, you need a healing spell. You got a healing spells? Don't gloat. Stupid goblin. Huh? Oh, barrier. Did she just... Oh. Oh, hey. That's a pretty cool use of her abilities. I like it. Using her barrier spell as a way to attack. I like it. Cool. No, you're not. Yes, you will. No, you won't. Yeah, goblins are the worst. I'm just holding you here. Okay, don't gloat, Goblin Slayer. Goblin Slayer. Oh. Oh, it was his plan all along. That sort of weakens it. That's fine. So that I could heal ya. Alright, what are the next 10 minutes gonna be? Are they gonna go on an elf adventure? That would be good. Or are we just gonna have sappy shit? Is that the hero? Yeah, that's not ham-fisted. Yes, it would. Thank goodness there's a Goblin Slayer. Who fell? Who died? What fallen comrades? I'm pretty sure they just wiped the goblins. Nope. Of? Hmm. Hmm. You mean a thing with no guarantees? Yes, you are. Well, yeah, it is. Oh, that's not true. Okay. Face, yep. Okay, do we get to see it? Or we just see the lower half of his jaw? And we see him from behind. And we see the armor. It would be best if they didn't show us. Ah! Cut to ED, cut to ED, cut to ED, don't show us. God! Oh, good. 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 Yes. Good. Okay, good. Wait, no, they still have a chance to fuck it up. At least they didn't canary this one. I'll watch through to the end because there's probably an end credit scene. Because we've got 2.5 minutes left. This is also Momokashu, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, this is one of the gods speaking, huh? He's a player character. Okay. Great. Okay, it's over. Woo, we did it. We survived Goblin Slayer. There were a couple things that I want to look at. Because the first scenes of this episode were weird. Like, weird. Like, really weird direction going on here. So, first thing I wrote down was, there's this scene where, whoa, hey, I'm trying to pause, okay. There's this scene where Goblin Slayer gets, like, whacked, and he, like, falls, and he hits the ground really hard, and we get a really shit piece of Foley. It's really wacky. So, let's see. It's coming up here somewhere. You hear that? That is not good Foley. The sound a man in a full suit of armor makes when he's been bashed and flying across the screen is... clunk. Hold on, I've got something left over from SAO sitting over here. It's perfect. Oh, that was too good. Oh, it's too ringy. Yep, I gotta muffle it. Like clunk. It's just bad. It's not very good Foley. It's a tiny little thing. Clunk. Okay. Okay. And then there was, where was it? It was in the beginning of this whole fight sequence, like right after the OP. There was a sequence of cuts that I just didn't understand. We don't need sound for this. Okay, OP ends. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so... What is going on with this sequence of cuts? They're standing facing each other. From below to the left. Okay. From below to the left. From behind to the left, panning left. Okay. And then this! That's what it is! That's a fuck up. Yep, that is a fuck up. That cut is a bad cut. What they're trying to do, I think, is they're trying to match Goblin Slayer's position to where he is in both scenes. But they've got the direction that we're panning swapped. It's really jarring. And then we do two quick cuts of the same scene of their faces from below to the left. Really strange. So the episode is titled The Fate of an Adventurer. Episode 1 was titled The Fate of Particular Adventurers. Okay. That's neat. Where do these bats come from? I don't know. This whole sequence is just... it's poorly done. And then we get this twisting in, spiraling shot. Don't ever... If you ever make film of any kind, don't ever do this. It's bad. This is bad. Really, like, there's no reason for it. This would be more effective if we just got the same shaky cam, like, thing, but zooming in. Ooh. The fight's okay. The fight is fine. Knocks his thing off. Yeah. Okay, and then there's, like, CG blood, man. splat. And then there's another bit of CG blood that just like, this CG blood just like appears on the side of the screen, and then these specks just sort of appear on the plants, and there's no relationship between them. It's just like, what? just mediocre. Just mediocre. Anyway, it's over. It's done. We're done with Goblin Slayer. Yay! Goblin Slayer will return. Not for me, it won't. I don't think I'm gonna watch the second season. Not because I hate it. I don't. And some people have gotten the wrong idea and think that I hate the show. I don't hate it. I just think it's not worth my time. It's like, it's fine. But fine isn't good enough. That's it. This episode was okay. We wrapped up the priestess using the multiple barriers to trap up the Goblin Lord. I thought was pretty effective. I'm glad that they didn't show us Goblin Slayer's face, and they made a big to-do about not showing us Goblin Slayer's face, which was, I guess, kind of funny. But I didn't find it very funny. I was just glad that they didn't actually show us his face. That's good. Show's over. Yay! I've been Teeaboo, this has been Goblin Slayer. The whole thing. Whole first season, at least. I hope you got more out of it than I did. I really didn't find that there was much to love here. It was just okay. I do hope that it's been enjoyed by those people who have been enjoying it, so. Like, my not liking it shouldn't detract in any way from your liking it. Like, you can just dismiss my opinion. That's the great thing about opinions, you don't have to agree with them. But if you do want to try to convince me that this is a better show than I think it is, then by all means, go ahead and hit me up in the comments, and I'll read them.